Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Bat Châtillon 155-55, the Tier 9 French SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Fisherman's Bay and it's under the command of sunshinebilly. Game started. Well, as the title says, it's a 155mm gun and it's mounted on top of a hull that came partially from an M47 pattern. And the French considered this idea quite a good idea actually, and it was to have a turret that could rotate all the way around, which means the vehicle could be sighted in a specific position but could fire on all enemies in 360 degrees. So you wouldn't actually have to move the vehicle much to get shots on the enemy. In fact, actually he's backing up a bit at the moment whilst the turret turns to face the enemy at the centre line. And there's one enemy who's got very close to the centre line there. An LT-432 Tier 8 French light tank, Tier 8 Soviet light tank premium, who got just too far over the centre line. Not to mention the T-54 lightweight who crossed the centre line and got wiped out for his trouble. You can see the turret is turning now to face the Centurion 5-1. Okay, he's loaded, rounds out. There's an explosion, so I don't think we hit the target, but we might have splashed him. Now the alpha damage from this 155mm gun is 750, which is quite high for 155mm. And the fire rate, well, it's around about the 25-second mark. I don't have the exact figure for sunshinebilly's Arty here because the mods are not showing it at the moment. Yes, we do use mods on these replays because most Arty players will use certain mods, and the mods that I use are the most common ones, which are not just the countdown timer for the reload, but they also show the amount of time necessary to correct your aim and get the aim fully dialed in. You can see that slightly to the right of the aim point there's a little counter, and the word it says when it's completed in Russian is reduced, and that means your aim is fully dialed in at that moment. Well, Centurion 5-1, the premium one, that's the Australian Centurion, just missed him. And there's that LT-432, and now he's down to just 35 hit points, which means he's a splash kill and an opportunistic target. You could put a shell in there, take him out of the game, that's one gun out of the enemy team. Now hopefully he'll be near one of these shots when it goes in to try and hit one of the other heavy tanks. That's a 50 TP. Over near the centre line we've got a T-44 and an AMX-30. From this position over on the northwest corner, he's got a fairly good angle on those tanks hiding at the centre line on the east side of the centre line buildings. Okay, Centurion's come down near the windmill, rounds out. Oh, that was a good one. He hit two tanks with one shot there. He damaged the T-103 and the Centurion 5-1. Now it's a tier 9 battle obviously because the Bat Châtillon 155-55's in it, but there are tier 8 tanks in this game. So it's going to be difficult for him to earn a lot of XP. He needs to push that push all the shots on the higher tier enemy tanks to earn more XP. Fires at the T-103, direct hit, 277, and it looks like he's just failed a mission because the notification came up above. It says the battle is calling. He had to cause 6 armor penetrating shots in the first 4 minutes of the game to complete the mission, and obviously the first 4 minutes has passed and he hasn't done that. AMX-30, centre line, looks good, rounds out, direct hit. As you can say, there's a good angle on these tanks on this corner. The only problem is that monument right in the centre there can get in the way on some occasions. He's now aiming Waiting for the reload to come in. Centurion's going by in the background, and he stopped to take a shot. That could be fatal. Rounds out. Long shot. Oh, it only stunned him. That could have wiped him out. He was very low on hit points. He did set fire to our E75, but he was so low on hit points that a nearby splash would have taken him. So that's 2 tanks we know on the enemy team who are very low on hit points. The LT432 and the Centurion 51. I think that T103 is still hiding behind the windmill. Now, the one thing you're not short of in this tank, in this Arty, is shells. Plenty of shells in the Bat Chat, as you can see, so you can keep firing for most of the battle without running short. They do put a rather good capacity on this tank. T103 is coming around again, it's testing. Dialing in, almost loaded. If he stays where he is, he might get a shell right through his roof. Yes, he does. 160 hit points. And he's out of the game, so we picked up the rest of the stun assist. Waffenträger got him. LT432's there. There he is. That's a splash kill. And he goes down, but not to us. He's taken out by the GW Tiger P on our team. But it's useful. That's another enemy gone. Okay, he's loaded. Now he could take a speculative shot into this wood. There's normally somebody will be poking up just to have a look and see if any of our team are moving. At the moment they can't see the Centurion, but oh, Carnarvon Action 10 making a move through the city. Our turret's turning to face this position. Here he comes. And we're now dialing in on that corner, but we'll probably hit that wreck rather than Carnarvon. Rounds out. Well, it splashes the Carnarvon, but we just lost our FV4202. The enemy is making a move through the city, through the town. And our VK just got wiped out as well. So we're 3 tanks down on the enemy at the moment. This is not good. Our GW Tiger P is in a very dangerous state because he's right in the corner next to the water. And you can bet that the enemy is going to come through that way very shortly. And if they see him, he's going to be out the game as well. So we're being boxed in to the northwest corner of the map. So it seems it was a good choice by Sunshine Billy to come over this side. He fires a snapshot at the Carnarvon, gets a good hit. Solid hit for 269. But we've lost the GW Tiger P. Yep, he was too obvious position. And he's too slow and arty to pull out of that position once he's fixed himself to it. The GW Tiger P is one of those arties that's so slow, really you do need to fix a position or go to a position where you can relocate without being under too much pressure. And the centre line on Fisherman's Bay is probably the best place to be. There's some bushes on the A line that provide cover. Okay, here comes the defender. Unfortunately, from this angle, we haven't got the ability to shoot because we're at an angle, we're on the slope, so we need to change position. We don't really want to go up that slope at all if we can help it. He needs to back up and go into the flat water. That's it. That's better. Now we can get the reticule onto the target. Rounds out on the defender. Direct hit. 305, that's useful. Now it would help at the moment because he's being boxed in to try and keep moving after each shot, because the enemy Arty might work out where he is if they see the tracer. Okay, he's got a shot now on a Striv 1030. Just waiting for the reload to complete. That's Striv's going to move. Rounds out. Direct hit. No doubt about that. That hit the target. Yep, he's stunned. He has lost hit points. He's a one-shot. And a couple of other enemies coming up to the bushes. They're getting close. They are getting close. And this would be a mistake, actually. Going close to that ridgeline would be a mistake because it would limit his abilities to shoot at them. He's going to shoot up over that ridgeline. Going for the strip. Kill shot. We're down to just 4 enemies, 4 members of our team left. And oh, well, he was spotted by a 50 TP behind him. They came in on the west side of the map. There's only 2 left on their team now, Waffenträger and a Jagdtiger, and they're not going to last very long. Jagdtiger just took a massive hit. And he's gone. Waffenträger's next. He's probably deciding which one he's going to hit first, but it'll probably be his only hit. He's just been stunned by the Arty. And another hit by the Arty. Up comes the 50 TP, and this will probably be it. And he's gone. So it's a defeat, sadly. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was the first mark of excellence for Sunshine Billy in the Bat Chat 155.55 during that game. He also managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 12, and his win rate for the game was 3.556, which is Super Unicum standard, but sadly it was a loss on this occasion. He did get the highest damage on his team, but not the highest damage overall in the game. That went to the AMX30, who got 3297, but didn't pick up a high caliber, so maybe he did something naughty that meant that he lost his high caliber because he bumped into somebody and would have cost them hit points in the process otherwise after team damage has been switched off. So 3039 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, it was shared between the Striv S1 on our team and the Centurion 7-1 on the enemy team. There's Carnarvon Action 10 all got 3 kills apiece, and after that there's a bunch of attacks with 2 kills. Sunshine Billy only got the 1 kill during the game. When it came to base XP, it's the T44 on the enemy team did the best with 1048. 1031 goes to the Carnarvon Action 10, 940 to the Defender. Sunshine Billy got the highest base XP, 410 on his team, but yes, I'm afraid they did lose. He fired 16 shots, got 7 direct hits, 1 penetration and 16 splash. Damage of 3039 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Received 1 hit. That was a penetration, I'm afraid. Yes, it was terminal. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 1 killed, and 1350 hit points of stun assist off 16 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 37,088 credits. Got after repair and ammunition resupply, he took away 5,320 credits. He received 615 XP, and there was no multiplier, so that's all he took away. But nice that he's got his first mark on the barrel on the Bat Chat 155.55. It shows that he's well on the way now to getting his next tank in the line, the Bat Chat 155.58. If you've got to the point where you've got the first mark, you're usually in line for actually getting the next tank up the line after you've made sure that you've got all of the modules unlocked. And he was certainly very efficient, getting very accurate shots on the enemy. So it was a good game in that sense, but it was just bad that his team wasn't that good at staying alive. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification button and leave a comment maybe down below. And thank you for watching.